Dalavier remembers a chess game from a long time ago. Delta was across from him, biting his lip and glaring down at the board in frustrated concentration. Alshana was standing on the nearby balcony, looking down at her city, strumming a quiet tune on her harp. Delta had let out a loud sigh. "Do you surrender?" Dalavier asked, amused. "No, just wondering how you got so good at this game." Alshana laughs in the background. "It's not that he's good at it, it's that you just suck." Delta looked offended. "Not a very queenly thing to say." She shrugged. "I'm not a very queenly person." Dalavier shook his head, pushing a piece forward. "You're very queenly, Your Majesty," he corrected, "if we consider the fact that your very existence as queen has redefined the word." The group fell into a bemused silence as Alshana went back to playing her song. He had won that game then, and Delta had laughed, told him he owed him a drink, and asked him to teach him some of the strategy behind it. In the years to come, Delta would become quite good at chess, sometimes even giving him a run for his money. Almost every time they met, under friendly circumstance, they would play a game. Usually Dalavier would win, but sometimes he wouldn't. They always made for good memories. He looked down at a letter, aging now, that he clutched in his hands, and remembered a game a little more recent. Delta had come disguised as a serving boy, shy, nondescript, completely unmemorable. It made him harder to read. He sat in the garden, playing chess against himself before Dalavier had arrived. "Practicing?" he asked, tone colder than he'd meant it to be. Delta flinched back a bit before laughing. "I have to have a chance, don't I?" Dalavier had sat across from him. "What are you here for this time?" "Network business," he grimaced. Dalavier raised an eyebrow. "I found another fae. She used an illusion to escape the fighting, but... She's too cold for Andrathis, too clever. She doesn't want to blend in, she wants to travel and get revenge." Dalavier laughed. "I take it you don't get along then?" Delta smiled and shook his head. "We get along fine. I just don't have anything to offer her besides research and theft jobs, and that's not what she wants." "And you're telling me this why, exactly?" Delta blinked as if confused why Dalavier would even ask. "I figured your revolution could make better use of her." Dalavier had frowned then. "You realize that's giving resources to an enemy." He laughed. "Enemies? This isn't chess, Dalavier. Just because we're not playing for the same team does not mean we have to fight. Besides, I miss this." He gestured to the board. "Chess? No, you daft fool! You! Being friends." Suffice to say, it had been an odd memory and conversation, but a good one. Sometimes Dalavier could never hope to understand how Delta thought, but other times, he could only hope he would forgive him for this, too.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I am Cassidy, and I will be playing Alice Klein, who's the Rift of Wen Wang.
Tele, and I will be playing Felix, who is the Rift of Eros.
I'm Sonya, and I'll be playing Emma, the Rift of Athena.
Juno. Juno's here! Juno, who plays Jane, the Rift of Hera, is in fact here!
If I had to guess,
Just away
Nova
from...
is on the board right now.
Just, there has been some cat problems leading up to this session, so... there might be some long pauses. Simon, however, who plays Aaron Frankel, the Rift of King David, is not here for this episode. But where we last left off on Kingmakers, you guys had basically taken the day of rest at Minos's palace in Chasir to not rest at all.
There There you go. Closer.
There was downtime. All of you used it to investigate a mystery. And get clues for Fey runes. So some of you still have some burnt tags.
A whole burnt card.
That's all I want to say to that.
And 3 fades that I need to reverse.
Yes. In any case, you guys took the day to research, talk a little, when Felix was called away by his power's insistence, following some vague memories that were left in the palace, to a secret room, where it was revealed that Astrala and Minos had some sort of connection, some sort of deal going on, a specific deal that Felix found more about using his powers to that Minos would inform Astrala and by extension Dalavier when the Kingmakers were in Chassir. So Felix quickly hid behind a bookshelf, and when Astrala appeared in the room and was kind of stuck in the bookshelf for a while because she wasn't leaving the room, she sat down and started reading a book. So, through some finagling, you convinced Eros to go to Emma. Find Emma, I believe.
And then quickly go away.
So he found Emma, but he didn't stay for conversation. But Emma was smart enough to switch places with Athena and follow after in her own ethereal form, found Felix, realized the situation, came back and led the rest of the group there, although Eros was exactly zero help in that situation. So you all went down and had a chat with Estrella that did not turn violent. It was a little tense, but Felix used his powers about halfway through, to some great sacrifice of his own self, to make Estrella specifically forget why she came here and what Minos promised her. I went back and I looked up the specific wording Felix used here. Yeah. For what memory she forgot. So while she was in the midst of having her mind wiped, you all, Scooby-Doo style, ran up the stairs and back to your rooms. Where there was a photo. A long conversation between Alice and Felix. And then another
mom and son.
And then another long conversation between Alice and Alex. And we opened probably about 30 minutes after that conversation ended. As you guys are kind of nervously in the same space as one another, just in your own rooms in that hallway, just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop here. So we open back up with that. What is everyone doing?
I guess Felix is having a chat with Eros.
Alice would be running around gathering everyone up and be like, we need to have a quick conversation. Just come on.
Okay, so I think let's first start with the private conversation between Felix and Eros. Eros looks at you expectantly.
So he just dropped that information on me about how we knew her. What do you expect me to do with that?
That's not really my problem now, isn't it?
Well, apparently you wanted to make it my problem.
Well, yeah. But my problem is not your problem.
As true as that may be. You can't just drop that information on me.
Really? It wasn't on the list of lines you had. Giving you helpful information was not on there.
Then explain to me how it's helpful.
Just, it's information. Any information is good information at some point. When your baseline is 0, anything up is kind of good, right?
Alright, fine. Guess I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting you to do anything with it.
That's a lie.
Really? Is it?
Felix makes a disgruntled face at that.
I mean, you can ask her about it, but I don't think she's quite put the pieces together on what we were doing in Montreal. So either. So, kind of be playing your own hand there.
I don't think I want her to know what you were doing in Montreal.
Okay. Then don't ask her about it. Because as soon as you say, I know you were in Montreal, what were you doing there?
Yeah.
That's pretty, specific and revealing.
Yeah. It kind of bothers me that she knows that we weren't supposed to be on the bus. Like, there was a list, apparently.
I mean, I'm sure other people bought tickets. Or paid. And there's probably a record of who paid to get on the bus.
Fair enough. Yeah, so she doesn't know about the whole, Alyssa thing.
I mean, that's a pretty specific thing to know about. And she doesn't have mind-reading powers.
No, but she has emotion.
It's
And
pretty hard. I think it's hard to get a name from emotions. Unless you have a specific emotion in there that is designated for that situation.
True. This is not an easy situation.
Never is.
Why can't we just have an easy situation for once?
Wouldn't be fun.
I mean, it would be nice. Doesn't have to be fun.
Fair.
I see some people heading out of the rooms. I think we're meeting up.
Could be an adults-only meeting. You know you're not often invited to those.
You're lucky I cannot physically punch you.
But Alice, are you gathering everyone up?
Yeah. I think probably not Alyssa and Ezekiel. But I will go get Felix because he's the one that
Felix
holds
gets
most
to
of the
join the
information.
grown-up table.
Officially, congratulations.
I mean, we've been inviting him more recently.
You
Alice,
invited him twice. This
We'll
is the
go
second
and
time.
knock on his door.
Mm-hmm.
We're waiting on you. Let's go. Come on.
You feel a spike of glee from him. As he just gets up and leaves then. Joins everyone else.
So, where are you all meeting? Are you back in the dining hall? Are you in someone's room?
Did I, when I was out on the town, did I see any good, bars or restaurants or inns that might be able to seat all of us?
I mean, yeah, there were a couple. But they're not private establishments. So whatever conversation you'd be having would be public.
Unless we run out of a room.
Did I see anyone anywhere that was more private?
Again, no, because if it's a specifically private establishment, you'd have to rent or buy space, which
Yeah.
you guys don't have the money to pay for anything in just here.
Yeah.
An empty park or something, perhaps? Oh, there's probably no parks here.
Yeah, it's a floating island. It's a big floaty rock with a city on top of it.
Park.
So
At this point, I feel like they know we know. If they know, like, there's no. So let's just do a room or a study. Sure.
okay, you find a room or a study space that has enough chairs for everyone.
Might I remind you that Orcars can hear much better than us, and we'll be able to hear everything we say in this.
So what?
I mean, there's a little bit of validity to Emma's statement, but at the same time,
Estrella is here. She knows we're here. And the Oricar knows she's here, so consequently, she will probably tell Minos that we know. Just saying.
so we should discuss our options. That is why I brought everyone in here. Personally, based on past experiences that I've not seen, but I have heard of, it wasn't such a great idea to cut and run without figuring out the situation.
I agree with that. That was a mistake. And
But
while we are in danger here, there
I'm
are
gonna
more danger
turn-
outside of here.
to Felix. Felix has concerns about our safety here. And quite frankly, those concerns are also valid. Because Estrella working with Minos. Who'd have thunk it? So... And then, I believe by extension, Delavier, Minos...
Always
It's
Yeah.
audibly groans.
Hey, you're right. It was Delavier.
I find that when I pin something on Delavier, 9 times out of 10, I am usually correct.
So we should discuss our options. Cut and run while on the table, maybe not the best idea as our number 1 choice. I say we make that our 2 or our 3, and we have a plan as to how...
Gabriel will nod and go, yeah, don't we have a dragon?
Quite a few dragons.
3
Could be
dragons.
after us, like, at
Yeah.
any time.
3 of them.
That is exactly why cutting and running in this particular situation should be very much lower on the list. Normally I'd make it plan B.
Pretending that we don't know anything is off the table, considering that she saw us there.
Minos is undeniably powerful, as is Estrella. So I believe direct confrontation is also a great risk because we could just all end up dead.
Yes.
Which would be awesome. Not really, but... So...
I mean, don't knock it till you try it.
I am going to, in German, say, in German, so Minos wouldn't be able to understand if he's listening in, or any other Oricar, say we could also do a private investigation on our own, but that's also risky.
Private investigation. I will respond in German. A private investigation would be helpful, but we need to be careful about poking around the castle and getting caught. And then I will turn to, because I know 2 people in this group who speak French.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will say I will explain exactly what we just said in French.
Okay, Felix, Jane, you are now in the know of what went on.
And I will turn to the others. Any chance you speak a second language?
I mean, they've all been working on sign language.
And then I will
As an
sign
Alyssa.
it. And then I will sign it. in very simple, probably like
you're basically
letter
mostly
spelling.
letters spelling it out. Small words.
I'm going really fast, and then I'm like, oh.
Why it's great to have other languages. Yes.
Explain it to us like we're toddlers.
But of course, Cades and Alec don't speak another language.
And then I
Full
turn to
stop.
Well, isn't there a Fey language?
No, there's a Fey rune language, but that doesn't translate to words.
I will write the
Explain it
vague
to them.
message in the runic language. And
It
then,
doesn't translate to words.
Damn.
It
Like sort of mind explain this to them.
you could just give the memory of what it
Yeah.
means to them.
Yeah.
I feel like sign language should just be our go-to for right
Yeah.
now.
From now on,
But
yeah.
we gotta learn
Nobody
it.
else will be able to. Or didn't we already discuss that they could understand ASL though?
Yeah, because ASL is the same as.
But they
As
can't
theirs.
listen in.
They can't
Yeah, they can't
eavesdrop.
listen in. They can't listen in with
Eavesdropping becomes much more difficult when you're speaking in sign language.
Do you imagine how
Because we
disturbing
could just
that
like
would be?
pull a blanket over our heads and do it, and then we'll.
Could you imagine trying to eavesdrop on a conversation and then just you hear some
Dead
gibberish and then everything goes silent and you hear a couple like maybe clicking noises or like a couple of slapping noises and like the scratch of pen on paper and that's it? You'd be like, Tom?
Fun.
Slightly
Yes.
more gibberish, back to English like nothing happened.
But so you have your 3 strategies that all come with a high danger rating so far.
Yeah.
And then, so I guess Alice will continue in sign language. If we do cut and run, I believe our best bet is probably to go directly to the Emperor. I'm gonna look to Alec for help.
Skyfall.
Emperor. That.
The volcano one.
No.
No. Everin.
Prince
Oh, right.
Rain, the modern Prince Charming that everyone oohs and ahs at.
True.
And we should confront him and Delavier directly.
Maybe that's what Estrella and Minos wanted us to do?
All in sign language still.
No, this isn't French.
Okay.
Everyone's doing a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have serious doubts that them acting secretly, and of course I respond in French reflexively, serious doubts that them secretly meeting was a prompt for us to go straight to confront Delavier.
I think it's more of that Estrella was going to kidnap us and bring us to him.
Didn't we find out that Delavier was notified that we were here, and so Estrella and Minos are bringing Delavier here?
I thought
No.
it was the other way.
You know
Okay.
you know that Minos informed Delavier and Estrella that you were here, and Estrella showed up. That is it.
Okay.
You didn't get any more information because Felix erased that memory
Yeah.
before you got your answer.
So either Estrella's going to kidnap us again, or we're going to be killed.
Neither
The
of which
last
are
time we ran into
fantastic.
Estrella, she did try to brainwash us to get what she wanted.
Are you translating this for everyone, or like my?
I am assuming that
Yeah.
it is being translated, at the very least, that Felix is memory bombing everyone
Yeah.
with like what is actually going
Not
on.
in English, not in common, never in
Yeah.
common.
So really it's just being perpetually translated to Alec and
Yeah.
kids who have no way to communicate in a language that is not common.
There's just
I
a
think we should
bunch
just
of
do this more often.
there's just a bunch of gibberish and then and then silence.
Oh, I think
But
that would
James
be
just,
so
like-
fun.
I have to agree with Felix here. If we go in unprompted and underprepared, we'll surely be overwhelmed. Because
I don't
Delavier
care,
is
sir.
not
We
the
already
only.
made that mistake in a campaign before.
Delavier is not
Jump into
the
the hellhole.
I don't think he's the big bad evil guy, though.
Delavier.
I tried
Not so
taking
sure
the
about
world
that.
here, bud.
Laughs in evil principle.
He's trying to take over the world here, bud, so
Laughs in alignment.
Bold of you to assume we're all lawful goods.
We're not. We're very much
I think
not.
everyone who has participated in this campaign up to this point is aware that good is not on the table
Chaotic neutral.
for most of
best.
you.
At best.
Chaotic neutral at best.
Yeah.
Sometimes
But hey, we're not evil yet. I mean,
most
one
of
us
you.
is. One of
Most of
us.
us.
AKA
There are
the old
definitely a
woman
few.
group.
Anyway. So what is the plan?
So we believe we should poke around first and then confront Minos.
Maybe in that basement again. See if we can find anything. Though that's really
As long
dangerous.
as I'm not stuck behind another cabinet, I'm good.
Mm.
Oh,
Personally,
I got
I
it.
don't
I can go ghost. I can go ghost if I work with Athena. I can go down there, see if she's there or not. If she's not, sneak down there, get information, come back up.
Okay.
But then again, there's a danger of being caught down there, like Felix.
And
There
Athena,
is, there
Athena
is.
will say, I am not dealing with these people again.
That is fair. What you could do. Oh, question. Technically, you could stay in this room and I could go ghost. No, that wouldn't work because someone has to tell them. Never mind.
Well, I'm not any help in this case. Smirks.
Wait, did Athena just understand me? Speaking in German.
Athena? Yeah, she could understand you fine. You're connected to brain.
True.
Yeah.
True. That makes sense.
Isn't she also like knowledge? Like not
Yeah.
just strategy,
True.
she's also knowledge.
And
True.
war. Athena's like stacked. Come on.
Yeah, Athena's the goddess of like 20 things.
Mm-hmm.
I
Including,
believe
like,
we should.
olive trees?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
olive too.
I believe we should also secure a safer exit strategy, just in
Agreed.
case. So while we have a group poking around, figuring out WTF, we should figure out the best way to get out of here. Because we're in a floating city, and that might be tricky to navigate.
And we only have one
Especially with
person who can
dragons.
fly. Well, two people who can fly.
Hey, I can fly now.
I can make everyone fly. Not really
True.
Fast
fly.
enough
But
to
I
get
don't want
away.
to-
No, because it's
Jane can
gravity.
make
It is
everyone
walking
go
in the air.
faster. Jane can help everyone go faster. Maybe, I don't know.
But can we be faster than 3 dragons
And we'd have to run across an ocean.
and a
Mm.
volcano?
So,
At least you don't have to worry
If
about the
Aaron
barrier
was
anymore.
with us, perhaps.
And you are now closer to Solaris than you are to Skystad. So you would not be able to run back the way you came. Because
You might
that's
be able
on the
to-
other side of the map.
We might be able to meet up with the group that's heading from Solaris. If we do take the check and run.
could also try and steal a boat. Pretty sure I could figure out how to sail a boat.
I mean, there aren't any boats on Chassir.
We're in the sky.
I know, but we were literally talking about running over an ocean. So if we were able to find a boat.
If you're thinking about stealing vessels, there are other flying things on Chassir that might be of more use to you than a boat.
Pegasi?
There's also wyverns.
Not Pegasi. There are
Wyverns.
Pegasi are astracanes, flying animal of choice.
Yeah.
But we would have to steal wyverns, and I don't know what the process for riding a wyvern is.
Also stealing from a very powerful person, Oricar. The most powerful.
We don't have teleportation stones, right?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Because they are only manufactured in the City of Fire, and that is pretty much the one place on the map you haven't been.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, we could try to find Nox again.
Nox works for Minos.
Yeah.
Why would he I doubt he would just deliver us back to the main continent.
Well,
Especially
you guys
when-
seem to be pretty good friends with him. You'll probably get close enough.
But he's... One, I doubt that Nox has friends. He doesn't seem like the friend type of person.
Wow.
Two, he seems very loyal.
That is also very true.
So I really doubt he would just ignore an order from a
Alice
king.
doesn't know anything about this. Emma and Jane, as the two people who were there when you originally met Nox, he explained his job to you. Just roll me 2d6s and tell me what you get.
Higher, actually.
Why would I give you that information? What do you
I
think?
know.
What do you think I want out of 2d6s in this game?
Oh,
10.
What did you get, Emma?
5.
Okay, so Emma doesn't recall this, but Jane, Nox explained in great detail what his job was. He is a patrolman. He deals with listeners, and as his job, he does not belong to any of the kingdoms. There is one ruling council of Oricar, which is all the Oricar just ever. You get membership to that council if you're not a Fallen and are an Oricar. Just full stop. Because there are so few of them. But because of the nature of his job, it's the same way that he was fully ready to, like, betray the city of Laristus for you guys. So his loyalties are not as black and white as Alice realizes.
Hey, Alice,
He helped us out, like, a lot. He was willing to
helped
go...
us out a lot. Which makes
Like-
me kind of want to, like, I feel bad because we've done, like, nothing for him. That's
I
not
want,
the point.
I want him to join the party, but I don't know if we can do that.
No, he has a job. He can't just stop that.
So,
Well, we could bring up the fact that Delavere is making plans with apparently Minos, and that can cause problems with the border which he protects.
True, we could.
So he's not a servant of the king?
No, he's not.
Okay.
His job is to protect the barrier from falling.
Yeah, Jane will
Yeah.
share all the things that she remembers. And he's the
Remember, none of this is in English. Just
he's the Oricar of...
Generally assuming, don't worry.
he said he was the Oricar of seeing things that weren't meant to be seen.
Like, every Oricar has, like, a special power.
he saw me when I was.
Yeah, his clearly revolves around sight, because he could see Emma.
Does that mean he could see through Ostrola's...
Disguises?
Yes. Oh
yeah.
my god, yes.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I kind of want to think Nox is my chosen, but I don't know him well enough.
It's kind of the nature of moving all around every minute.
Ah.
So we trust Nox?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we trust Nox enough to confide in him with the information we've already found?
Well,
I hold up a
Canada
standing
brings
stone.
danger to his job, so yeah.
Do we believe that Nox will betray us?
No.
He has no reason to.
Not unless we portray him first, honestly. He seems like that kind of guy.
Okay.
And hold up a sending stone. So yes or no?
Alice will make direct eye contact with only Felix and be like, alright, I'm trusting your guys' judgment. Go for it.
Only Felix. Cool.
Felix gives a thumbs up to everyone else.
Alright. I'm going to go take a walk around the city, so I'm not near the castle. Actually, do you think he can hear outside of the castle? Is Minos in the castle?
You guys don't know where Minos is.
Finding Minos.
On the other side of the door. What's going on in there?
Why are they
Gibber,
speaking
gibber, gibber,
gibberish?
click, clack, click, clack, gibber, gibber.
It's just pig Latin. We just talking pig Latin.
To teach Alec Pig Latin.
Oh no, the world would never be the same.
That becomes the new common.
you
I mean,
should
he's got centuries to establish.
Please say that we've spoken Pig Latin for at least like
No.
a segment.
No,
It's too
because
close
Pig
to
Latin's
English.
actually pretty easy to
To
understand.
decode.
Yeah.
No, I need to teach him the egg language, which I don't even think you guys
What?
know how to speak egg language. Oh, it's so
the
weird.
what?
But it sounds ridiculous.
It is.
In any case, you are you leaving to send this message on a speaking stone, or how are you what are you sending to?
I'm gonna consult the group. Should I leave the castle to send the stone, or should I do it here? Do you think he's
Castle.
here? In the castle, or leave the castle?
Leave, in my opinion.
Go with someone.
Jane, wanna come with me?
Yes, because yeah.
Okay, so Jane and Emma go off. How do you leave the palace? Through a side window? Through a door?
We rappel out of the window. Dan.
No. No.
I have to ask, because Alice and Alex snuck out a window last session, so...
We could
Wait,
just
wait,
hop out a
Jane.
window and you could float us down.
Wait.
Yeah. We can just hop out a window and you can fly us down.
Okay, yeah, you do. See, this is why I ask. You exit out a window.
Yeah, we fly out.
Okay, so you get a good distance. I'll give you some time to pre-write the message if you would like, if you need it.
We just like go up in the air where they wouldn't expect us to be. No.
What do you send, Emma?
How many words did I get? 25?
Yes. Just look up the rules for a D&D sending spell.
How are you? Minos is working with Delavier. Delavier dangerous. Faye.
Risk to borders.
Estrala.
Estrala, a Fae of illusions.
Risk to borders.
Risk to borders. Invasion?
Meet,
Question mark?
please.
Invasion!
Please.
You get a message back, though not through a sending stone, you'll recall, because one of Nox's other abilities is he can hold full conversations.
Woo.
Once he starts responding. So the word limit goes away because you're not using sending magic anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He responds, I understood half of that. Can you give me some clarification, please?
Okay, so Delavier is a dangerous Fae who, from my understanding and our group's understanding, wants to be freed from bonds, which means killing all humans, and by doing that, wants Minos' help. And from what we've gathered, that means invading the human realm, where the humans are currently.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. And isn't Minos supposed to hate Fae?
There's a long stretch of silence before Nox responds. I am not aware of any affiliations with Fae. I did not really know what they were until you explained them to me.
Oh, I turned to Jake. Should I tell him? I'm gonna tell him. Fae were the ones who created Oricars. The first Oricar, Minos.
Because they were trying to make him into a slave.
Because
Should
they were
include that
trying
one.
to make him into a slave. And now he's working with one of them.
That does sound a little backwards.
Yeah. We believe that Minos has promised to free Delavier from the bonds of being a slave in return for power over the human realm, or a reversal of the, we think, or possibly a reversal of the
Ritual.
what is it called?
Ritual. You say ritual.
The ritual, or an enhancement of it. Who knows?
There's another long pause of silence of thinking on this before you get a response. You wish for my help, how?
Honestly, the first step was just to inform you, so you know what's happening.
Very well. This
Astrala's magic.
Oh, also, Astrala's the fan of illusions, and you've got, like, sight. She, like, does really good illusions, and you've got, like, the pure sight or whatever, so...
Keep an eye out.
Pure sight is what it is.
Keep an eye out.
Just, like, keep an eye out for, and I'll describe Astrala, what she looks like.
Do you wish for me to return to Tassir and help you that way? I do not think I would find any illusions amidst the middle of the ocean.
True. What were you saying, Tele?
Ask if he can get us to the border so we can get out.
We are in danger here, possibly dying.
So this is the same conversation we had the first time we met.
Yeah.
I believe you resolved that on your own the first time we met, and the second time you needed aid from a different Oricar. I do not believe I have anything that could help you travel-wise.
Okay. Well, better if you know what's happening.
Very well. It still sounds duplicitous and secretive in nature. Would you mind if I informed the rest of the Oricar about it?
Do we?
No, go ahead.
Only trusted people. Only trusted people.
Only people you think are safe.
Very well then.
Great. Thank
And
you.
the connection's cut.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
You return after you give this message, I presume?
Uh-huh.
What are the rest of you doing in this span of time?
Flying through the window.
Felix is playing with his thumbs.
Just twiddling the thumbs, thumb wrestling himself.
Yeah.
So, Felix,
Hmm?
you need a hobby.
Ouch!
Well, you're 13, and you need to, like,
I have a hobby.
What's your hobby?
Being a kingmaker?
No, that's not a hobby. That's what I'm talking about. You're 13, and there's no reason for
Well, it's
you
not like
to...
I can go out and play baseball or something.
I was thinking something that I could teach you. Like, do you want to learn about inventing crap? I'm pretty good at that. Or I could teach you how to play violin. I'd have to make a couple of violins first because mine got burnt. I'm so sad.
He pats you on the shoulder.
Alec rolls his eyes. There are other violins on Althara. We can find other violins.
But will it be a quality violin?
I'm pretty sure it'll be a quality violin.
I'd rather make it and make sure that it's quality violin.
Do whatever your heart's desire. We could also find that the material to make a violin might be more expensive than finding an actual violin, since there'd be wood.
We make it out of living wood. That'd be fun.
Magic violin? I want a magic violin.
A violin that can play itself.
Yeah.
Whoa. No, thank you. I've picked up like hundreds of random little hobbies that if you name one, I'm sure I could teach you something. Whatever Alec's good at, because he's still here for some reason, and I'm sure he'd teach you how to do something.
Ouch. I've had a lot of time on this earth, so good at a lot of different things.
Yeah. Ditto. But mine are like strange things. Like, have you ever heard of the mouth harp?
The what?
Exactly. It makes a boing noise. Commonly played in Russia. It's actually really cool. I'm good at poetry. If you wanted to get into poetry, I could teach you how to start writing poetry. I can weave baskets. if you wanted to learn how to weave, I don't know, like, maybe not a sport? You don't seem like the kid that want to play sports anyways.
That is a great observation.
But, like, a thing.
Felix, you do have an actual hobby. Like, you do have a thing that you practice in your free time that is not related to saving the world.
Can you please enlighten me, because I
It is one of your full cards. You're good at magic.
Magic.
Oh yeah, that's why I have a deck of cards.
Yes!
But that's not really a hobby you brag about.
No, it's a hobby you keep very secret.
Yeah.
I could teach you how to make jewelry. Like, I don't know. What do kids like learning?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's been a while.
So generally things you stumble upon organically, Alex said. So we could just try all of the above and see what he likes.
Just start teaching him stuff.
Could make a day of it sometime, but now's probably not the time to start teaching basket weaving.
How about this? I'll think about it, and we can.
I think it absolutely
get
is
to
the
it
time
once
to teach
we're
us.
out of this.
Well, why don't you give him time to make like a top 10 list of the ones that he wants to try?
But I've already asked him to make like 2 lists, so we can't really make him make another list.
No, 3 lists? Whatever will he do?
I actually have fun making those, not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. Then go make a list, I guess.
Okay.
No.
What?
Jane and I just stormed through the window at this point. Okay, so good news, bad news.
Bad news first, good
Interesting
news
news.
last.
Interesting news, really. Okay.
As you start talking, which I'm assuming is not in English.
Nope, not in English.
Apparently it's French and German.
Knock at the door.
It's
And ASL.
Right.
Yes!
Alice gets up and opens the door.
It is a finely dressed woman, silver skin, white hair that has black streaks throughout it, that is braided together so the black and the white are opposite each other in a very neat way. She has like one thing of blue heart armor on her shoulder, but it's not active. And she is well dressed nicely, is also like in casual wear as well.
Okay. So it's like Gucci loungewear.
Yeah, pretty much. It's good silk that is very flowy,
Yeah.
but with like intricate designs on it and a vest.
That made me so happy. So like Gucci loungewear.
Yeah. And she looks at all of you over. I got the right room, yes? You are all the Kingmakers? And company?
That would be us.
Fantastic. I feel like I've been knocking on doors and opening them to empty rooms for half the morning.
Yeah, we picked one out of the way.
Oh, I got that. After my morning of knock knock, wait 5 minutes, open door, no one's there.
I apologize, that sounds rather frustrating,
I
actually.
mean, it's not your fault. We didn't exactly put a servant on you to watch. My name is Kalkoa.
Kalkoa.
Minor sends his apologies for leaving you off on your own all day, but they've been rather busy prepping for the trial. So he sent me to fetch
Forgot
you
about
all
the
for
trial.
the pre-meeting to get your statements.
Okay.
Right.
Wonderful.
So, I believe. I don't know. Anyway, if you're all not busy, you can follow me.
On the way, I'm gonna turn to Alice and in German say like, okay, so Nox knows. He thought this would be a good idea to tell the other Oricar he trusts. And he
Allies
can't
of
help us.
allies. Yeah.
Allies, yes. And he can't help us escape. So if it comes to that,
So he's still on the whole stealing. I don't know if there's even a German word for wyvern, so I'll say dragons.
dragon, yeah.
But let's see.
I know there's not a German word for Oricar, so you had to say that in the only language you know that has a like Oricar.
Monochrome people is how we say Oricar.
The dark one. I'll just call them the dark one.
Ominous.
Dark Lords.
Yeah.
As you walk, you also notice that Calco has a underneath one of the sleeves, the billowy sleeves of her clothing, there is a long wooden thing attached to her arm that looks like it would fold out to something, but you can't quite see the mechanisms behind that.
Ooh. Can I try and...
You can roll an investigation check if you'd like. Or you could just
what I'm good at.
Or ask her about it.
No, I'm gonna look first. So it's a 7.
People.
And then always curious, tinker, tools, understand how things work, that's a 10.
Yeah. So you got three clues?
So what does it look like it is?
It looks like it is a long, polished, black stick, from what you can see, that is rounded on one corner and comes to like a point on the other side of it. That looks like on the point it would fold out, like it is connected by a bracer to her arm and would fold out into something, but it is a little hard to know what it would fold out into by getting a far away look at it. Though it does have the polishings of like a wood varnish.
What does the trigger look like it is? Like, how would she open it or?
It doesn't look like it has a button or anything. It looks like she'd have to like grab onto the stick and move it with her other hand. And and to make it clear, it doesn't like fold out long-wise. It folds out like you'd have to pull her sleeve back and fold it out, up.
Okay.
Good to know.
And does it look like a weapon or more ceremonial?
Even a way of telling. It is. I mean, most of the weapons you've seen on Chesir and on Oricar in general have been blue heart, and this does not have any blue heart visible on it.
That's a really interesting contraption. What is it?
And she'll roll up her sleeve and pull it out, and it actually slides out in a way you didn't expect, and to reveal the strings of a harp that has been folded up.
So cool.
Sealed instruments! Why have I never thought of this before?
Shoot. Looks at you having your little recap over, and she, because you asked, she'll pluck a bit on it while she walks. She's actually quite good.
I can just imagine being a servant, like walking people to a place where they're meeting, and I'm just talking gibberish, then hearing Oricar, and then just more gibberish. It's like, that must be confusing.
Yeah, it would probably be very weird.
Good thing we said the shadow one, the dark one.
The monochrome people.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then Alice will also turn around and be like, in French, kind to the other two, be like, we should make a point of acting nonchalant since we've decided not to confront them.
Yeah. Why do you think I haven't been talking?
I forgot, 13-year-olds have mouths.
Ah.
I think while you talk in gibberish, Cades will make a point of talking to Calcoa to fill the weird gibberish silence that's going on.
Yep.
Not let her focus too hard on the fact that you're giving very obvious coded messages to each other.
Hey, I mean, can you...
It's not stealthy. Talking in another language out loud to each other in the volume of a normal language, not at all
We know
stealthy.
that common's not our first language.
only common exists on Althara. I cannot stress this enough that the only other language that's a language is the ones that the dragons speak. And no one else speaks those pretty much.
Watch the dragons just speak like Spanish.
Alice is gonna learn it at some point.
And Alice did. She read the notes that you had and used them to talk to Thorana in Draconic.
True. Draconic?
Hey, Alice.
I'm sticking with what it is. Draconic. It's common and Draconic. We're from D&D out here.
You probably shouldn't be talking in French. Felix says in French.
But I like French. It's my fourth favorite language.
I don't think that's wise to be talking in our secret language.
Pardon our confusing tongues.
Yeah, it's probably very confusing and suspicious.
It's native to our home world, and it's something that I hold dear to my heart. It reminds me of my family and the.
I feel like you're pulling that out of air, and that's.
No, she's saying this in
my family and back home. Yeah, she's saying it.
Coco,
been gone for quite a while.
I sort of figured that it wasn't an Alfaran tongue, considering as far as I'm aware, there was exactly one Alfaran tongue.
Looks at this.
It's no problem.
Strangers.
So how exactly is the court thing hearing supposed to happen here? We're not really used to this.
Well, as far as I'm aware, they're gathering the other Oricar from more of the far reaches, because some Oricar don't live in cities or within easy-to-contact places to get them here, and then they'll hold the child, because Oricars try themselves among their peers. So.
No.
And the rulers, Minos and the others included, have been talking about whether or not they would like you to physically stand trial, which is usually not the case. To give your statements.
Probably be safer if we don't.
That is what they were talking about, which is why we're doing this, to get your written statements and then on the matter. And once that is done, focusing on, I believe, the dragon problem we've been having, apparently.
Question. Dormant loyalty hasn't gone down.
Nope, it has not. It has not gone away. It has not gone away. It is still there. It is still very much there.
Has Siren gone down?
Yeah, it went down to a 2 last time.
Yes, but because you didn't use your break montage to heal that, you used it to study. No, it has not.
So many things I need to take montage time for.
Mm-hmm.
I tried.
Downtime since we've been walking a long time.
No. It's not how it works. Downtime is like hours to days of free time.
Okay.
But Coco leads you through the castle, and eventually to one of the upper floors. She knocks on the door before she enters. You hear Minos' voices. Come in. And it is a more open style council meeting chamber, similar to the one from the day before. Minos is in there. It looks like he has paperwork surrounding him, and he's been busy with it for most of the day, because it is quite a mountain of paperwork. A lot of them look like sealed. A lot of them look like sealed invitations.
I can just imagine him trying to get work done while hearing us speaking gibberish in the background.
Imagine inventing the printing press. Or typewriter for these poor people who have to copy this.
But Cocoa does sweep in and grab the finished letters from the table and nods to him. The room is pretty much empty, though there is a bird stand with an open window next to it, and perched on the stand is a bigger than average grayish white hawk with like a snake's tail.
That's very beautiful.
And it cocks its head and scrawls.
Little confusing, but very beautiful.
Mohiko will nod to you all and grab the finished envelopes and walk out of the room, closing the door behind her. Sit. Mina says, getting paper out and starting to counting how many of you there are, setting that aside, getting ink and feather pens out.
I pull out a ballpoint pen, click it, just put it on the desk and push it forward.
Considerably, but he still passes, slides these across the table. Most of it has.
Know how to use a feather.
No, none of you have used this before. It's pretty simple, but
it's kind of difficult to write with. Not gonna lie, I've tried it before. As
None of
Tele,
us-
I have tried it before.
You know, for having been here,
you
for
are
a
not
few months at
that
this point.
old.
No, but still, inkwells and calligraphy pens. Maybe not a feather, but...
No, because these are just real feathers
Yeah.
that have been tipped with the metal at the end to make them easier to write with.
Yeah.
But you have a
Alice just
pen, so you don't
pulls
really
out-
need to worry about that.
She reaches into the bottom of her bag and procures a pencil, pen, mechanical pencil, and just starts passing out writing implements.
Takes the mechanical pencil before anybody else does.
Damn, I wanted that.
But most of it is already filled out. The first part is a contract obligating honesty. If you read through it for the propelled statement, which would be on the next page he gives you, which is just lined paper, as writing your statement upon the imprisonment on Floristus and Thana.
Can I double check the writing just to make sure it's only that and nothing else?
Oh yeah, roll the
Contract?
investigation check.
Yeah, let's read
I
our
have
contracts.
a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling. Not too bad.
Am I illegally allowed to sign this?
8 plus will to protect.
I mean, it doesn't have an 18 or older parents, guardians, or siblings.
I look over at Alice and ask the same question.
Alice is reading through the contract.
Yeah. An 8 and then plus common sense plus will to protect my friends from possibly signing something bad.
You have two questions.
Anything
Is
shady?
there anything that would endanger us in this contract?
No. It is reading through it. It's not even written in complex legalese or anything like that, because complex
Okay.
legalese doesn't exist.
Oh.
So
I think
it's
we can get off.
written pretty plainly. It is the three act, the crimes that Floristus and Thran have been accused of,
Nothing in between the lines?
and what each of you guys know, what information they already know that you know about them. So what you're being asked to speak about as a witness, and your name and some very basic information, and just the contract. The only reason you have to sign is so you're signing. So the statement that you give, you're swearing that it is the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary.
No,
Not
It
that
is-
I could see.
it is astonishingly simple, and it is
Simple,
it is
very good.
written out so that even a 9-year-old could understand this contract.
I'm gonna ask Alice for a magnifying glass.
There is no small fine print.
Alice will give you a weird look and then realize what you're hinting at, and will just click her glasses and a magnifying glass will fall over, and she'll
Oh my god,
do good.
that's so cool.
There is no tiny fine print.
Alice?
Out of curiosity, you said full name. Do you technically want my legal name or the name I go by?
Minos looks up from his paperwork, because once he passed it out, he was just going back to working on his own stuff, and looked up and goes, whatever you prefer. You do not have a preference.
Okay. We'll write Alice Klein, what everyone knows her by.
I'm just gonna
Alice,
put Emma.
am I legally allowed to sign this?
I believe there's no specific... There's no clauses about Minos not being able to sign. Do you want me to undersign it for you just in case?
Yeah.
Okay. Just go ahead and fill out your statement. I will just undersign it for you. But be honest, please, because that's also a reflection of me.
The statements compel you for different things. Like Felix, you weren't there for the actual invasion part, so they just asked about your first experience with Thorena and Laristus. And there are different sections of the paperwork for Laristus and for Thorena.
Yeah. Felix will have to go back through his memory for that.
Yeah, just play back your own memory.
I mean, for you, it's astonishingly simple because your mind is a filing cabinet. It's just rows upon rows. You just go to the filing cabinet marked Thorena and Laristus, open that, and just start going through the memories.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Emma's mind used to be sorted like that, but now it's recently become a lot more cluttered.
Athena just got sick of trying to organize shit.
Athena gave up.
Yeah. Athena gave up after I gave up.
Alice will just open her journal and, like, start copying things verbatim from there and, like, also be like, sits there and weighs it for a second, whips out a paper clip and, like, attaches some photos to the piece of paper.
Evidence.
Every so often, the hawk on the little perch stand will scraw and, like, stretches its wings and flaps, but still stands on the stands, like does that thing that birds do where they're still holding on, but they're flapping to stretch.
Hey, Minos, I have a question.
Yes.
Since we're new here, I would love to learn about the wildlife. What is that?
That is Sova.
Yes. Is it a species? Like, are there more?
There are many unique creatures in
So it's one of a kind.
Dana.
Got it.
You named your pet parrot a sober?
Sova.
Oh.
S-O-V-A. Sova.
Yeah, I heard sober. I was about to laugh.
Sober. I've had sofa for 3 years.
Minos laughs, like, if I had a choice, I would actually name the bird Drunk instead. Sometimes it acts like that. The bird scraws like it understood and was offended.
You're still pretty.
It preens a little.
I'll sign it. And then, after scanning the whole page, just to make sure.
Felix's statement's already done. He's just sitting back and waiting for y'all.
I'll sign mine and then I will undersign Felix's.
And once you are all done writing yours, Minos will collect them again. And he'll look up and ask, well, as for the trial, would you prefer that your statements be read out in absentia, whether you are not there, or would you like to give these in attendance of the trial itself?
Absentia.
We'll leave absentia as well. Unless it's...
In absentia.
Absentia.
That is legalese. Because it is just Latin, and that's what legalese is.
I would like mine to be read in my absence.
I believe I agree. I believe that might be the best bet. Especially since we don't know your legal processes.
He nods. Simpler that way. And he puts the statements aside into like a folder to be done stuff with later. Now on to the second part of this discussion, which I believe is dealing with dragons that you believe are on your trail and tracking you.
Right, yeah. They're still very nearby.
Scouts have spotted one in the horizon line.
Oh.
But it has not approached the city, nor the island central. From what our scouts have noted, it appears to be keeping its distance.
We do believe we've, streamlined? We have improved upon the runes that were previously made.
There's some rules questions going on in chat. About whether or not you can use immortality as a tag when there is an active person with immortality in the group.
True.
Everyone
The
becomes
theme of-
immortal. We're immortal Kingmakers.
It's a theme I've wanted to explore in a character, which is
Just
why
wa-
I tried
I
to
just
use it
wanna
for
say,
Matthias.
It didn't help Matthias.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
But it was his most recent tag. I wanted to explore it. That's why I made a character with that in mind.
Character development. Juno, character development.
We had this conversation. Immortality is different from invulnerability.
Yes, I'm immortal.
Yeah.
I'm not invulnerable.
I feel like that would break the game.
It wouldn't.
Nope.
If you were.
I've also played an
not
invulnerable character.
immortality,
And there are worse things.
Oh yeah.
It just
That
makes me get
character still
creative.
took so much damage. Both of the characters I've played with invulnerability took so much damage. It was just mental. All of it. One of them turned into spiders. It was fun.
Ew. What'd you do? Piss off Athena?
Different
Does
spider
Alice's
person.
immortality also come with eternal youth?
Well, Arachnia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Harrod's would probably as well.
I am generally nice enough that I'm not gonna genie immortality, you guys. If you put immortality down as a tag, you stop aging, okay? You're not going to be like a crumpled bag of dust when you're 200.
I'm just I don't know what else I would add to this tag. So I'm gonna add that, I guess.
Trying to think of a power tag as well because I got the attention last time. It's how
Anyway, Minos looks at you all. That's my first question is if you would like to find do you think they are magically tracking? First.
Well, one of them sort of made us dormantly loyal to him.
Oh yeah, and one of them has I think it's Alice now has a shadow thing to track from one of the other.
Yeah, it's Adelaide who has the shadow thing around her right now.
Adelaide does, right?
Yeah.
Adelaide's not with us.
Well, we can find ways to circumvent magical tracking.
Speaking of that, don't we have other people who are in danger right now? It's been a whole day. Do we think we could...
The other people are presumably still in Skystead, where the dragon that is friendly with you is.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
Where Celercia is hanging out, so.
Yeah.
Do we want to see if we can collect them, or just let them do their thing?
Do we really want to collect the old one?
No, but
I
it
have to
feels
agree with-
necessary.
I have to
Fair enough. We
agree
can't
with
leave her on her own. That's just going to cause half the continent to go up in flames, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Like Italy.
Well, we can send messengers to collect your friends. You can send messengers to collect your friends if you desire.
I'm gonna make a face at Alice, like, are we sure about this?
That call I'm leaving up to you. The other, Erin? I've had very little interaction with him. He would probably benefit from being here. But I'm only making a call on Erin. Up to you guys.
Yeah. The
I
people
think we should get
fighting with
maybe a
us on
few
the
of them.
mainland should come with us. The rest should not.
Leave Adelaide, if in custody, should remain there. If not in custody, should remain supervised, should be brought here.
We will send scouts to Skystep then to seek out the other Kingmakers who were there.
Appreciate
Just
that very
Aaron
much.
and Adelaide, I don't think.
The guards seemed pretty sparse when we left, not gonna lie.
Which is why I have my
I
doubts
wonder
about
why.
Adelaide being in custody.
And he takes out another piece of paper and writes it down like he's making a note to self about things to do later.
Alice pulls out a stack of sticky notes. And then also puts that on his desk.
He looks at them and examines them for a moment to figure out what they are, and then looks appreciative when he realizes the use.
You can also stick them to walls.
Everything. They stick to everything except for water.
In fire.
That sounds like a challenge.
And if I would be curious to know your plans for the future here.
We don't know.
Leave.
Because we could find a way to remove the magical tracking on you and get you out of the city safely. If that is what you wanted.
Personally, I actually think that it's really interesting here, and I'd want to stay and explore it a little longer, or at least have a little bit of reassurance that I'd be welcomed back if I ever decided to come back round.
Demons, as long as you keep to our laws, you would be welcome.
Wonderful. But also, we have a lot of places to go as Kingmakers. That's the whole thing. We're supposed to visit places.
That was the impression I was under.
Then again, we
why I
haven't
asked.
explored anything in the Denal, which probably it's better to explore more in the Denal.
I know, but if I'm going to continue traveling with you guys, and everything's going to be quick exploration, and that's going to make me sad.
Well, you could just
Yeah.
come back later. You're
Yeah,
immortal,
you
right?
have forever.
Yeah, I have forever, but it's still going to make me sad. But I guess
whether
it's
you
really
wish
up
to
you.
travel from another place to in the Denal, we can arrange that easier than traveling back. Right now, the barrier is still down until Altharid mages replace it. So it is quite easy to transport you once we find ways to mitigate the tracking magic around here. To find ways to get you back onto the continent.
Yeah, that would be great.
Back onto the continent then?
Yeah.
Wonderful. We have some magic wood to track down.
Indeed we do.
And my next question would be, where would you want us to drop you off at?
Probably
Does anyone have a
Skyfit,
map?
right, where the others are?
There's a map
I
in
think
this
we
room
wanna
because
go
it's like a
slowly.
war room. There's a map here, a bigger
that's
one
good.
hanging on the wall.
Well, we had friends in the Solaris, but about a week ago now, yeah? They started moving around. So
So
if I
you-
had to guess, they might be down here. He points at just below the forest.
Which friend?
Hazel's group, the one that went to
Right.
Solaris.
Well, why don't we just ask Hazel approximately where she is? And
Oh
then-
yeah,
next
we have,
sentence stands
we
for
have
a
sending
reason.
stones. I always forget that.
Yeah, you forget some of the useful stuff that you have. You have
Wow.
texting, basically.
Yeah.
You have magic Twitter.
Magic Twitter.
I'm just gonna, so should I contact her, ask her where she is so we can be dropped off there?
Yeah, ask about the closest large city or something like that.
Okay. I'm gonna send a sending stone of, we're in the Denal, heading to shore.
Before you do that, Sonya, high or low?
Oh no!
No,
I'm rolling to
no.
see if she's alive!
Oh god, no.
Okay. What is your message?
We are in the Denal, heading to shore.
Eventually.
Eventually. Nearest big city to you?
Question mark?
Question mark.
Two words. Question mark is 2 words.
No, it's just a question mark implied there. How's your mission going?
Okay. You don't get a response.
That's odd.
What did it
And
say?
there goes healer number 2.
It's not like there's an error message. That plays when it doesn't work. You just don't get a response.
Who else is with her?
Do I have to find the list?
This stuff is stuff that your characters are supposed to be remembering.
I have the list, but it's in Matthias's notes. So please don't make me find the list.
I have it. Somewhere.
Flip, 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 flip.
Okay.
See, if you guys make me flip all the way through my notes to find something, this is what I'm gonna do to you.
So it was Hazel's team, yes?
Yes.
Jasper's in there, Mary Kate is in there, Sawyer is in there, Layla, Nina, and Lucille.
Try for Jasper.
Okay, that's weird. I'm gonna send the exact same message to Jasper.
High or low?
No. Low.
High or low?
I said low.
Okay. What do you send?
The same message.
You get no response.
Just gets really...
Okay, go for Mary Kate. I mean, she barely
good.
texts on her phone, I guess. So maybe she'll reply? If this is going backwards.
I'm gonna go to the seal next.
Okay.
Because she's another adult.
Yes.
Oh no. Low.
Why do you keep saying low? It's clearly not working!
Yeah, but here's the thing. It hasn't worked twice, so there's a likelihood of it working the third time is high.
Okay, you send the same message? You get the response. We're still near Solaris. City's a bit of a wreck right now.
I'm gonna send a response. Hey, are Jasper and Hazel okay? They didn't respond when I sent them the message.
Out cold right now, but alive.
Oh my god. Just relief. Oh.
Both Cassidy and Sonya
I
grab
just
their
watched
hearts.
2 people who were so tense suddenly deflate like they were those swinging balloons you'd see at dinners.
Oh my god. Okay. Hazel and Jasper are out cold, but I managed to contact Lucille, and they said they're still near Solaris, and the city is in a wreck currently.
Well, I
Okay,
guess
so they haven't made. Okay.
Don't murder yourself on your desk, Cass.
I pinched my toe.
Solaris, then. Okay.
I get to know.
Give me a day or 2. There are some Oricars that will be arriving for the trial that are a bit better with magic than I am. At least old
I know
magic than
Oricars.
I am. Who will be able to help you better than I will.
And out of character, Oricars that now know that Minos is doing something. Probably.
We don't know who knows.
We don't know who knows. True.
Other than that, is there anything else?
Nope, we're
No,
good.
I don't believe so.
What's the conversion rate from crowns to the local currency?
I don't believe we have one.
Oh, damn.
Currency? Oh, you don't have a conversion rate.
Mortani have not traded with the mainland since Oricars. Makes sense.
Where's a good place where I could sell some jewelry and other useless things?
Be a question for Kalkoa when she comes back in.
Wonderful.
It's, goes out in the town far more than I do.
No.
Very well then. He gets up, walks toward the door, opens it, and waves, and Kalkoa comes back. Clearly she's just like sitting in the hallway, waiting for you guys to be done. But as she does, the bird scraws and this time gets up and like flies out the window. Which Minos does turn back at and just furrows his brow a bit before, if you would mind leading them, and I believe this one points to you, Alice. I'd like to know where a good place to sell valuables would be, so they may have some more currency to spend. Kalkoa rolls her eyes. Cheapskate? Why don't you just give them like a budget?
No, thank you.
He's
Fine.
king. He has literally all the money. He could spare like 10 apiece. I could spare like 10 apiece. Whatever. I can show you more places. There's good markets around.
I mean, maybe the others, but I'm not super comfy taking money from you. No offense.
Last time we
that's
took
not
money
really
from
nice.
someone, we had dragons chasing us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I assure you I am not nearly so protective of my valuables.
That's a very different kind of taking money from someone.
No, I mean accepting money from Catalina, who stole the money from dragons.
Yeah,
Oh.
true.
Have you disposed of that money?
Yeah, we dropped it in front of the dragons, don't you remember?
Okay.
No, we picked it. I picked mine back up. I picked mine back
Emma!
up.
No, they're tracking us! Toss it out the window!
Do you mind handing that over to Minos?
And over there, here you go.
Does anyone else have dragon money on them?
I specifically remember saying I pick up the gold again. So,
Okay, so you once again dispose of your dragon money.
yeah.
No wonder they're tracking us. Somebody still had
Alice's
gold.
face looks so disappointed.
Hey, I forgot, okay?
I imagine this is the face that Alice is actually making.
Sweetheart, just a little bit of critical thinking next time, okay?
Me,
Just a
critical
dash.
thinking? Have you met me?
Your fae is literally Athena!
Yeah, my fae is not me.
I bet Athena is standing next to her like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Looks at Hera. Do you want to trade?
Oh,
Hera, absolutely not.
Jane, you didn't pick up your money too, did you?
No, I left mine way, way long ago.
I
I'm
turned
pretty
to
sure
Felix,
I was one of the people
just
who
to
said to drop
clarify.
them.
You left yours.
Nope, I'm pretty sure it was, I was part of the idea that leave the money behind and on the floor. So
I don't remember
I
that
definitely don't have any on me.
I don't remember that plan.
As we were escorted out, I looked to all the others. Everyone else left the dragon money.
But Kalkoa will get a map, like unroll a map out of the city from like a bag she has at her side, and like mark the good places to go sell stuff.
Was
And
Aaron with
we'll
us?
put in notations like the best time. No.
No.
Put in notations the best time to go there. To sell stuff too.
Do you know what specific wares these people would be looking for?
Well, the upper class people like shinier things.
Okay.
And the people who need to be tied with money like things they can actually use for actual purposes that aren't being a peacock.
Okay,
So
wonderful.
anything you invent.
I have this. I show her the cuckoo clock watch. Do you think anyone would buy it?
I mean, what is it made out of?
Probably like brass. And it probably has
Maybe.
like a fancy front cover, but
Maybe.
You don't show her that it's a cuckoo clock, do you? It's just a clock.
oh no, I absolutely show her that it's a cuckoo clock.
There's some strange people in the upper market. There's some strange people in the upper market you could get to. Probably get to buy
Perfect.
some.
I'm gonna look. I look at Alec. If I make good money for this, you have to eat your words, all of them.
No. No,
Yes.
I don't.
That's not
No.
the words to eat.
It is a lot of words to eat,
Yeah, I talk a lot, so...
especially trash about stuff I make.
Well, to be
Oh, but she
honest,
leads you back to where you are and says, well, if we need anything else, I'll be around probably I'll be by to contact you. If you need anything, my study is like down the hall to the left, down another hallway to the right.
Awesome.
okay, thanks.
Thank you.
She gives like a little salute and walks off again.
What do you think are the chances that they knew we snuck out through the window every single time?
Hi.
I don't know. I didn't consider mine sneaking.
I mean, the guards, I think after you and Alec went out, I think the guards just now look up.
Yeah, we did walk back in through the front gate.
Yeah.
But
We sure
speaking
didn't.
of that, I looked down at the map and like the times. Are there any that are like around this time?
Not really. You're kind of at an awkward time in the day because it's nearing the day's end at this point.
So I'll have to wait until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look at
Are
Felix.
there
You want to go
bars
shopping
here?
tomorrow?
Yes.
Hmm.
Oddly. It's not like there's anything else to do here.
So what do you guys do with the rest of your evening?
A nap. Because I'm probably
Downtime.
tired and sore.
Okay, so you all go back to your...
to
Mock
focus on
Emma,
the
no.
mythos.
Do you go back to your own spaces?
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably am sleeping in a common room on a couch.
Who's with Ezekiel? Is he with like Alyssa and like Kai or something?
Yeah, Kai's on babysitting duty today.
Because I'm like, this guy, Estrella is the like, I'm pretty sure he'll probably associate her with the reason for his dad's death and like,
But if you're in the common room when you fall asleep, what is everyone else going to do first, actually?
Felix should work on his lists.
Yeah.
Felix is wondering aloud, procrastinating on the list.
What, just wandering around in general? Like everywhere?
Yeah, like usual.
Learning from a lesson, Felix.
That turned out so badly last time.
Well, this time he's not going to head anywhere close to the West Wing where they found the stairway.
So you're wandering generally like near where everyone else is then?
Yeah.
You're in shouting distance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jane, Emma?
I'm gonna have a talk with Athena.
Okay. Jane, what are you up to? What would you be doing?
what can you do during like, I don't know. I'm thinking of what I can do.
Okay, we'll come back to you then.
Okay, I don't know.
Before we get to what you guys are all doing on your different downtimes, we are actually going to start with Alice's. Because Alice's is just a nap. until there is scratching.
I just wanted to take a nap.
Sound like a scratching and tapping on the window behind your couch that you're taking a nap.
I just, lean straight up and without, really opening my eyes, just, open the window and then open my eyes.
Saying Felix's move was a dumber move. You didn't even look to see what you were opening the window.
I'm like
think
mother.
She would have assumed it was Alec. She would have been like, what the fuck are you doing at the window? And then
Nope, it is the same bird from earlier, and it flies in and perches on the end of the couch once it has been let in. It looks around.
Do you need to tell me something?
Cocks its head a little to the side.
If you have any sort of language, and if you're comprehending my language, you can likely communicate with me.
Squawk.
If it has a linguistic structure, Alice can automatically understand it. That is her powers.
We get the fancy dice box.
Yes.
That was a very obvious. That was when your DM is trying to make you anxious, just
Yeah.
Cocks its head to the side. Then a low voice rumbles out of his throat. I don't need your help to communicate.
Ooh.
But as it says that, we will pull away.
No! I'm gonna die!
To see Alice sprawled out on the floor and this tiny little bird in the corner.
We will pull away. To the beginning of the day in Solaris, where Sawyer was looking down in horror. The blaring zeros burned into his gaze. A dragon loomed over the group, green scaled hands holding up the unconscious Jasper, whose form was slowly shifting back into that of a human. Surrender, she spat, eyes covered in what could be the beginnings of skin, thanks to Hazel. Or I kill another of you. He tried not to look at Hazel's form scattered amongst the rocks. Nina was the first to raise her hands and walk forward, glancing back at the rest of them as she did. Her eyes told a clear message. This is an unwinnable battle. One by one, the others stepped forward, all the while a black figure swam in his peripheral vision, hand silently outstretched. In the end, all gazes turned to him expectantly, and Sawyer began to reach out his hands, but not in surrender. Sawyer had never been the bravest, or the strongest, or the smartest, but as his hands met Death's, and he pictures Jonah's body hung limply on their willow tree, he found something. Save Hazel. Save all of us. He thought, feeling cold, as he gripped a skeletal hand that felt so very familiar. It will cost you, it responded in what wasn't quite a voice. Take whatever you need. And with that, with no flash of light or obvious sign, just a shake of a hand, things changed. Hazel's scattered pieces gathered and reformed along the rocks, and breath was returned to her. And slowly, even as the dragon pulled back in panic, its scaled form was turned into a dull, gray stone. A statue perched on the edge of a cliff. When the others turned back to Sawyer to see what he had done, they found nothing but empty air. Sawyer was gone. And with that, episode 64 of Kingmakers, Maneuver, comes to a close. I've been your MC, and we will see you all next time.